Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and we're going back over to Germany and revisiting the Berliner Berg Brauerei and Berliner Berg GmbH on Kopfstrasse 59 in Berlin. And this is a beer from the Oktoberfest box from Beer 52, although there wasn't really any Oktoberfest beers, but I don't care because I love German beer, both traditional and craft. And so get to try another beer from one of these guys. I've already had and reviewed their Berliner Berg Pale Ale, which was a really nice, sort of like throwback classic West Coast Pale Ale, which I think Germans do absolutely brilliantly. I really, really do. I think they make some of the best West Coast style IPAs in the whole of Europe, in my opinion. But so we've got the Bantam Pils from Berliner Berg, and if you're interested by any of the beers that I've done from any of the Beer 52 boxes, my referral link is always down below. So it gives you a bit of a discount, and it helps me out as well. So share and share alike. You don't have to, of course. I'm not going to push it, even though I whore that shit out pretty much every review that I possibly can. But so been really impressed with the box for Beer 52. It's probably my favourite box so far, just because I love German beer, as you well know. And if you want to see some more examples of great German beer, the playlist to both my German playlist and my German craft playlist will be included. But so a nice craft Pilsner. I'm really in the mood for a Pilsner today. Just got back in from work and just about to do a live stream showing off my Italian film collection, because I want to incorporate film into the beer channel, but not like completely taking it in one direction or the other. But anyway, you're not here to talk about that or listen to that. You're here to talk about beer and listen about beer. Listen about beer. What am I saying? I don't know. But lovely, simple artwork. And that is the Berliner Berg crown. Really, really nice. So this is clocking in at 4.2% ABV, 330ml bottle. Best before date is the 8th of the 5th, 2019. Let's see if I can read the German on the back and then do an even worse job of translating it. So, dry hopped mit klassisch deutschen Hopfen, dabei ausgewogen mit sportlichen 4,2% Alkohol. Kein Schwergewicht, sondern ein frisches, schlankes Pils mit starkem Charakter. Unsere Berliner Berg Bantam Pils, gebraut von der Berliner Berg GmbH bei der Hohentanne Schlossbrauerei. So I don't know why I put like a almost Bavarian dialect to that, but apologies to any of my potential German speaking viewers who are cringing right now at that terrible attempt. But so it's dry hopped with classic German hops, and then with a sportlichen, so sporty, no, no difficulty, no, that's not correct. But it's a fresh, Schlanker's light Pilsner with a strong character, and brewed for Berliner Berg at the Hohentanne Schlossbrauerei. You get the gist. And again, any German viewers cringing, I do apologise. Anyway, let's get this beer opened and see what we get. Nice amount of smoke there coming out. I'm going to be using my Magic Rock glass for this one, because I think it's the closest I have to a Pilsner glass, although I've got like a fluted, no, that's not the correct term, but you know what I mean. I'm sure it won't matter too much. I do need some like classic glassware though. As you can see, my glass cabinet is actually quite empty because it's all downstairs because it's just been washed. So beautiful backdrop as per usual. But beer in the glass then, and that is a little bit hazy actually. A little bit more hazy than you would expect from a Pilsner, but then again it is a sort of a very hop forward Pilsner, I suppose. But lovely sort of like golden hue to it. It looks a bit more vibrant on character. I'm loving the way the beers look on camera, but it looks fantastic. Almost reminds me of like a Keller beer or something like that. And beer poured with a lovely one-finger creamy white head. So yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? But yeah, it's sort of like golden straw-like in appearance. And yeah, so let's see what we get on the nose. It's got a lovely sort of gentle sweetness to it. You're definitely getting those grains, a little bit of like a wheaty grassiness. Very subtle musk going on. It is more on the sweeter side. But then you get this lovely hoppy earthiness. Yeah, it's a classic smelling Pilsner. Nothing overly complicated, devilishly simple, and it just smells absolutely fantastic. So yeah, lovely stuff. Let's give it a taste. Prost. The key is in the simplicity. It really, really is. You're not going to get robust flavours. You're not going to really get any subtle nuances or anything like that. This, to me, is tasting like the Keller beer version of a Pilsner. Lovely, bold body for a beer like this. Very earthy. Loads of spicy tone coming on this. On the back end. Like a really big abundance of spiciness on the back end. Earthy, it's grassy, it's crisp, it's clean, but with a little bit of a creamier body than you would expect. Very, almost like a slight sharp citrus burst without it being citrusy, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's just got a little bit of bite to it. I mean, I had this recently, or revisited it, the Rothaus Bräu Tannenzäpfle. Classic Pilsner. I fell back in love with this beer after revisiting it. That's obviously a lot more simple and traditional. This has that traditional edge to it, but there are very subtle nuances within that just give it a little bit more of a bolder character. And it's one of those beers that, as I'm talking right now, the Oktoberfest's in full swing. You know, this is one of those perfect sessionable, sociable beers that you can just drink by the mass. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely wonderful. It's that little bite that I like that really sets it apart from a lot of other sort of like craftier Pilsners. When craft breweries go for like the craft lager or the craft pils, they abuse it with hops, so it's almost unrecognisable. But this, it has that slight hoppiness, but not in the American hop sense. I'd imagine there's maybe some Hallertau in this. But yeah, it's not a really fruity Pilsner by any stretch. It's just very subtle. It's like the sort of zing you get if you were to squeeze a lemon on your tongue. But then it builds up on the back end, and it just, yeah, it's like a Keller Pils, if that's a style hybrid. But yeah, that's lovely. It's pitch perfect. It might not be to every Pilsner lover's taste because of that sharp spiciness on the back end. I like it a lot, actually. But I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10 material. I don't think that would be fair to the brewery. You know, romanticism and bias aside. Because it's just something a little bit different. But if I was to gravitate towards a Pilsner, I would probably go for a very traditional, you know, sort of like Rothaus Pilsner or something like that. But this, you know, if you were to give me a crate of this, I would happily accept it, and I would happily devour it, and I would happily share it with friends. It's one of those sorts of beers you take to like a party or a gathering, you knock it back. It's not soulless, so you do get some flavours there if you want to find them. But nothing's too in your face except that sharp kick on the back end, which might not be to everyone's taste, but I quite like it actually. It's something a little bit different. It revigorates the palate once you've finished. Finish is quite dry as well, actually, for a Pilsner. That's lovely. It really, really is. I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be, but what is that is lovely. But in the grand scheme of things, comparing this to, so many different Pilsners, I don't think it would be fair to give it a 10 out of 10. But, if I was to review this tomorrow, I could probably give it a 10 out of 10. It's one of those beers, do you know what I mean? Bottom line is, it's impeccable. It's absolutely wonderful. So if you get the opportunity to try it, definitely do so. And if you have tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions about the beer. Are you a fan of the brewery? Are you a fan of German craft breweries? Are you a fan of German beer? What's some of your favourite examples? Check out the brewery down below. Check out Beer 52. Check out my German beer playlists as well for some more absolutely wonderful examples of brewing. And I'm loving this Beer 52 box this month. It's been a real sort of sentimental trip down memory lane for me. And I've still got a few of the beers left, which I will be sharing with friends in some live reviews, which you may or may not have seen by now. But lovely stuff. I wish I was in Berlin right now, maybe sat on a street corner in Kreuzberg or something like that, watching the people going by with good company. Sun's slowly starting to set. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, but you don't care because you've got good company, good beer, and probably some really good food. So it's one of those go-to happy place beers, if that makes sense. Again, I do tend to overly romanticize. I do tend to overly become biased towards German beer, but this legitimately is a wonderful Pilsner. And if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and if you could get your hands on it, definitely do so. So 9 out of 10, wonderful stuff from Berliner Berg once again, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on more of their stuff. So thank you for watching this beer review, and hopefully you'll join me next time for another one. Anyway, thank you for watching, and auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.